All right, there we go. All right. Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to another Around 30 Minutes. And tonight, we got another special guest, and it is the man, the myth, the legend, Nathan, the toy hunter Simmons. How you doing, fella?
Good. How is everybody doing tonight?
Good. We got two people watching, so hopefully more will come in. I know you're a popular guy, so I'm hoping that somebody will come in and say hi to you. I'm sure.
That's all right.
T-Man probably will. He likes you. I'm sure he does.
Usually it's T-Man, Matt, Zero, you, me,
Yeah.
and then we'll get Kevin or somebody else like that. Usually our normal crew of people.
Yeah. I had Matt on the other night. I said,
I lose you? I can't hear you.
can you hear me now?
There we go.
Okay. God damn it. My Boost Mobile internet, man. God dang. Gotta hate it.
Get the potato speed.
I know, man. I gotta upgrade to that expensive internet because I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, with I've had Zero on, I had Matt on the other night. You saw that. I had
Mhm.
T-Man on. I think Joe and the True Star Screamers, the only one I haven't had from Figure Action. I'll probably get them on sometime. And if anybody from Syndicate wants to get on, I'm happier than fly on shit if anybody wants to get on and everything. So I'll tell anybody if anybody wants to get on, I don't care. I'll get you on. It's a fun time.
I'll ask a couple of the guys. I know like Steve Vinson. He's over in Japan. So he lives
Okay.
in Okinawa. So he'd be a good one to come over. He's
Okay.
a bot guy just like I am. And so is Ryan Guerrera.
Okay.
He goes by D-Bag Robot Gang on YouTube, but he's
Okay.
a bot guy like I am too.
Okay. If you're not even into Transformers, I'll still have you. I don't care. I mean, whatever you collect. That's the first question I'm going to ask you. I always ask is, we know that you do Transformer hunts and everything. What other lines do you collect?
So I collect NECA, specifically
Nice.
predators, aliens, horror.
Mm,
I've got some Mezco stuff, Voltron,
yeah.
Macross. I've got some of the original Macross stuff. I've got some actual pre-production sample Macross
Oh,
stuff
really? Wow.
from Yamato when they first came out with their 148 scale.
Nice.
Um, so I got that when I lived in Japan, so it was kind of cool living in the
Oh, you lived
time
in
when
Japan for how long?
6 years.
Nice. What were you over there? Military or just live over there?
Kind of a mixture. Like my parents were military, so we were there,
Oh,
and
gotcha.
then I
Okay.
was military too. I'm retired, so I lived there
Oh,
for a while.
thank you for serving, man. Thank you. How long
Oh,
were
you're
you?
welcome.
20? Were you in there 20?
20, yeah.
Nice, dude. I did 8. I wish I would have done my 22. I would have been retired about 2 or 3 years ago. But
See, I
thank you.
retired 2 years ago because I was active duty, and then I did my
Yep.
reserve, reserve guard,
Yep.
and finished all
Mhm.
my good 20 years. Now, granted, I don't get to collect a paycheck till I'm 62, but hey, at least I
Hey,
know
it's
it's there.
still, yeah,
It's
it's
there.
still there. I wish I would have done. I did 4 years active and 4 years guard also, and I kind of wish I would stay, but stuff happens, and everything. So that's awesome, man. So I'm sorry. Go on with what you were collecting and everything. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
That's pretty much a lot. SH Figuarts. I collect everything
Okay.
DBZ.
Okay.
So I've collected since the first one came out. So
Okay.
I don't have everything. I don't have the
Oh,
collection of everything because there's no reason to. You get what you like.
yeah, that is true. I think that with any line, a lot of people, and that's what Matt said the other night. Parts Former, he said he did collect, the whole line. He grabs what stuff that interests him and everything, and that's really cool. So that's awesome, man. That's a lot of stuff you collect, man. Good job. So,
It used to
so
be a lot worse. I used to have like Marvel Legends, Storm Collectibles, all that
yeah,
stuff, but there's just too many black holes to go down.
oh
So it's
yeah,
like you gotta like really pick the ones you really like.
yeah. A lot of people do Black Series, and they're going to that, and then SH Figure Arts for those for Star Wars, and then you got there's the list goes on and on, man. It's ridiculous. So that's cool.
Well, I collected Star Wars for about 3 months. I got pretty much the whole line in
Hmm.
3 months, and then I sold all of it because I was like, this doesn't really, you can't really do nothing with it.
Yeah. No, I
It's
understand.
like, it goes back to like, I can't transform it to into anything. So like, crap.
Yeah. That's understandable. I did Star Wars for a little bit. I did Marvel Legends. I've done Marvel Legends twice. Whenever the first ones came out, they weren't with oh well, they were in the blue background. I forgot what they were called. The older ones, and then I did Marvel Legends. I did Marvel Select and everything because some of the big figures for Marvel Select are really good, like Juggernaut and
Mm.
some of the Rhino and all that stuff and everything. So, and I just got to the point where I just run out of room. I just didn't, I didn't appreciate and enjoy it as much as I do Transformers. So I sold all my stuff.
That's how I was. I was like, we just moved in our new house this last month. I was like, I'm gonna sell everything I can sell to help get us to the
Yeah.
house, and hey, I'm in a new house.
Awesome. Congrats, man. I like that.
Thank you.
So, well, do you see an end to your collecting? Have you always collected something? As I know, for me, I've always collected something. Or you always have, collected something, throughout your years, and everything?
Always. I've been collecting for 30 years. I still
Nice.
have. Let me see. Hopefully, it doesn't knock everything down.
Oh, it will. I always try to do that too, and it always happens. Well, I see two Starscreams down there. That's nice.
Yeah, I got that. One's the original G1. One's the reissue.
Yeah, I see the big old missiles, the rounded missiles and stuff.
Yep.
So that's your original Scorponok?
Yep.
Nice. I have
Yep.
them
Had
too.
it, had it since I was a kid.
Really nice. Good job. Is it complete?
No, not even close.
Not even close. Yeah, it's hard to find those little pieces. Him, Triptychon, have a lot of little small pieces that you get to find and everything.
The only
Okay.
other one I got is this one.
Nice. That was my first eBay purchase that got me back into collecting. Was that eBay purchase right there, Ultra Magnus.
And
So
he is complete. He has everything. I saw the box.
nice, very nice. So do you see an end? I mean, do you see an end to your collecting? Like, once you see, like, you have I guess in your eyes, that you have the perfect collection. Would you be done? Is basically what it is. I'm asking.
No, there's no
No.
perfect collection, period. I mean, there's going to be
Okay.
a reinvention of how you collect things. Like, for
Yeah.
example, Transformers, we have Masterpiece and third party now.
Yep.
They've reinvented how you will look at things like, holy moly, it looks just like you walked out of the cartoon kind of
Exactly.
thing. And it's like, hey, I really want to have that.
Yeah.
It's henceforth, all that, you
Yeah.
know.
Exactly. Exactly. So I guess you're a mainline and a third party collector.
I'm mainline, Takara, you name it, Masterpiece, third party.
Gotcha.
G1 stuff. I've got some of the Asian premium series that came out limited, about 10 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Hmm.
so I've got a couple of those, but
Nice.
yeah, I collect pretty much everything
Yeah.
Transformers.
Well, dude, yeah, I do too. I mean, if it has Transformers on it, I usually will get it or try to at least and everything. So, what's your favorite line to collect?
It's probably Masterpiece now. I mean, it used to be Cybertron because Cybertron was I loved some of the designs they used to do on
Oh,
those.
yeah.
But now it's really Masterpiece and third party because it's just a cartoon. I'm holding the cartoon figure in my
Oh.
hand.
Well, who's your favorite third party company? Do you have one?
Fans toys.
And stuff. So, well, I mean, why is that? I mean, just because the way they are. I mean, or is it just the way they build their stuff and you know?
Well, it's not the engineering because the engineering is crap. We all know that. If you
Yeah.
you know, it's the aesthetic. Them next Transbot's been doing the aesthetic look really good for the last 5 years.
Nice.
You know,
Mm.
X Transbot's really kicked it up this last couple of years.
Yes, I have. Hmm.
So to me, it's the aesthetic. The closer it looks to the cartoon, I like
Yeah.
it better. So that's kind of like I was so stuck on the fence about Cliff Jumper, because we had Tumblr that came out, which I was like, nope, not buying that. And then we had Toro, then we had Hellion that just came out.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, they both were good representation, but it's like which one looks the best for me? And of course, I went with Toro,
I did
because
too.
I'm like. It's like I saw the waist on Hellion, and I'm like, I don't like that. I don't like that
It
look.
looked like a face.
I could
Yeah.
take the extra backpack, on Toro because you're not going to see the back.
That is true. That is true. I've told people this, and I've talked about it on Staircast. Since Klaatu, their Cosmos has came out, X Transpot's been really good, and I love their Stunticons. The two ones they put out so far, really good, really good. And I'm really excited. I wish that their Sea Spray would hurry up and come out.
Oh yeah.
and they got some really Skids was pretty good. I mean, he had that gimpy arm, but other than that, he beautiful car mode and the paint was really good. So they've done some really good stuff, and I don't know what happened. I don't know if they went to a new factory, they got new designers or something. I don't know, but they
Well, it's either like I have Elegos. I have both Elegos and Quietus. You know, I like Elegos because it looks more like the toy design than it does the cartoon design.
right.
That is not a nightmare to transform.
Nope.
It's a pain because all the paint scrapes off of it.
Yeah.
That's kind of where X-Transbot really has to work on their side is paint because they're always anytime you transform one, you're gonna get a bunch of chipping off of it.
Yeah, a bunch of scratchings and everything. Yeah, I understand that.
Fans toys, I get some, but not a lot. Now there's some I won't transform, like Rogue or Rouge. I'm like, no, I'm not transforming her.
I broke
No.
her, man. I will never transform. I broke her arm, and I got the replacement part. I fixed her, put her back on the shelf, and she will never see the daylight of alt mode ever again. So,
It's like Coot. I did that once, and that took me a
uh
good hour just to get through it the first
yeah,
time. And I'm like, all right, you're going back in bot mode. You're sitting on the shelf because I'm
exactly.
not doing that.
I
But
like
like, there's some cool like I love transforming Sovereign. Sovereign was one
yeah,
of those ones being Galvatron. I was like,
mhm,
I can do that, go back and forth, and it's not a problem. And
yeah,
there's no paint chippage. There's nothing wrong, with it. So that's kind of the catch 22 is that there's been a lot of companies like that. I mean, heck, even Fans Project was like that when they first started. It's like we had so many upgrade kits that would chip off and paint. It's like I
yeah.
remember they would break. Like I had what was it, Protector, the clear Protector one
I have them
with
too.
the
Yeah,
Sons of Cybertron set, and I'm like,
yeah.
as soon as I put that arm on, it snapped right off, and I'm like, so I'm like,
Really,
and yeah,
really.
because of probably me with my big hands probably forced that, trying to put the armor pieces on, on the
Yeah.
classic Rodimus.
Oh
So I'm
yeah.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, all
You
right,
gotta stretch it out a little. Well, I mean, I have all the. I mean, I had the Ultramax one. I had both the Rodimus ones and everything. I need to go back. I've actually somebody's requested that if I go back and redo those, review them and everything, and see how they all hold up. I hope I don't break them, but I think they'll be fine. But
they
that's what I
should, yeah,
started with. That's what I started with was those add-on kits was fans projects and stuff.
yeah. That's when I started. I had that. I had the what was it? Just It Toys, the trailer, from Fans Toys'
Yeah. Oh,
original release.
yeah. I have the
I
Optimus
had
ones.
that.
Yep.
And then I ended up selling it. Yeah, I sold it for like $200 because
Damn.
everybody wanted it at the time. But then NPO4 came out, So I'm like,
Oh,
I'm good. I don't
yeah.
I don't need an extra trailer. That,
Exactly.
that trailer pretty much paid for NPO4 at the time.
Oh, that's good. That you probably can get $10 for it now or something. I don't know. You might.
Oh yeah, you ain't getting much for it.
So, well, to move on from that, so you're part of the syndicate, with
Yeah.
the toy hunters and everything. How did that get started? I mean, and yeah, yeah. Just how did that get started, and how do you like being a part of that stuff and everything?
So I actually stumbled across it through a YouTube video. Literally, I was watching, who was it? MGO one time.
Okay.
And I had one of those little recommended things for a guy, geeked up. He was the YouTube guy. And he said, hey, he had bought Transformers. I'm like, well, let me see what he does. So I saw what he is. Like, he's toy hunting, and looking for
Okay.
stuff. And I'm like, I do that all the time, so I just don't record it.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so let me check it. Then I saw a link and said, hey, go check this Facebook page out. And
Yeah.
so I went and checked that, out, which was the Syndicate. Now that was when it was in its infancy. Like we didn't have a lot of people back then.
Right.
You know, I'm not one of the creators. I'm a moderator.
Right. I mean,
For the
that's what I mean.
page.
I didn't mean to say how it got started. I mean, how did you, get involved into, involved because you're a big part of it now. You do reviews or and everything and all that stuff. So that's what I kind of mean. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that how you started it.
So like for me, it's like literally after I saw that video, I went and joined up, started talking to people on
Mhm.
there, and came across T-Man's video because I was
Yeah.
like, all right, who does Transformers? Because I actually just put a post out there, who does Transformer reviews
Right.
out there, and at the time there wasn't a lot. I mean, or there was like T-Man, we had T-Man, MGO, P-All,
Hmm.
we had Bobby. There wasn't a lot of
Lots of
reviewers. It ain't
bottomless
like
and
today,
yeah, yeah.
but
It's a lot more people now.
so T Man, he messaged me, said, "Hey, I do reviews. Go check out my channel." So I checked out his channel, and he's like, so you're on the Syndicate. And I'm like, yeah, I'm on the Syndicate. I just joined because it was like, what was it, January of 17? I joined it.
Okay,
Um,
not too far, not too long ago.
so so he said, hey, just go, come watch my channel. So I started watching his channel. Me and him started talking after a while, and then of course I have a nickname in the Syndicate. I'm the Syndicate Santa.
Oh
So
yeah, okay, yeah, because dude, man, your last video you had, you got a lot of stuff in, man. That was really
oh
nice.
yeah. And I actually got that name from because of helping people find stuff,
Okay.
because I used to live in Georgia. When I lived in Georgia, there it was a non-hunted place. Like nobody
Ah,
hunted in my like within like 15, 20 miles.
yeah.
So I would just go to all the stores and I'm picking up stuff like Darth Maul. We're talking Anakin stuff. We're
Wow.
talking I found MP10, just
Oh
sitting in
really?
a Toys R Us.
Nice.
And I'm like, here in California, that would never happen.
No,
Like if you're not at the TRU the day it opens to get it, you're not getting
no,
it.
you're not looking. Yeah,
But nobody never really hunted out there, and I had like every store imaginable out there. So I would just start doing hunting around. Like, hey, what does everybody need to find?
yeah,
And then I started finding the old stuff, but then I started finding all the new stuff.
right.
So started working with people and getting trades, of course, going. Then started really just talking to more and more people, and then that's kind of how it evolved. And I'm like, and that's when Geeked Up said, hey, if you're going to be doing all this stuff, why don't you just record it? You're already doing it.
Yeah. Mhm.
And I'm like, okay. So, of course, I do the first video in January of 17, and I'm put my phone up just like this, not
Yeah.
landscape mode. First video is portrait. And then I get hundreds of comments. Turn your phone, turn your phone
Yeah.
over. And I'm
Mhm.
like, okay, okay, I get it. But at the first time you're nervous. It's like being out in the real world with a video. With
Yeah.
like I use a
People won't
phone.
stare at
Phone's
you. Mhm. Yeah.
it's like I'll take my phone, flip it out, and I'm starting recording in places. And, everybody's giving me the evil eye or the look. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm just recording videos, man, for everybody.
Yeah.
But that's what I would do is as soon as I kept finding stuff, people would keep messaging me. I'm like, okay, let me go get this for you. Let me go get this for you. Let me go get this for you. And
Right.
then it just got into a repetitious moment, and then bam, it was gone. Like literally, my channel started getting bigger and bigger after a
Yeah.
while.
Congrats, man.
But my channel's a little different than everybody else's. Like I don't really care.
Yeah.
It's like
No.
I do this to have fun, and to,
Yeah.
show. What's available. I do reviews here and there. I'm probably gonna start kicking that back up now that I'm in my new house and actually have a review space.
Okay. Good.
Um,
Good.
so the big thing was like I just enjoy doing it. I have a blast for it. And everybody that comes out and sees the videos, they know that I edit about yay small. um, I
Oh,
mean,
it sucks.
I use Power Director. I'll edit clips and stuff like all that together. And stuff,
Yeah.
and I'll put transitions and all that stuff. But putting music on top of it, no, I'm the guy behind the camera. I want you to hear what I got to say about that thing.
Right.
It's like a walk-in review as you go.
Gotcha. Yeah. Oh
So,
yeah.
so
That's
it's like that's how I've always been.
good. Editing is one of the time consuming kind of things. If you want to do it, I edit. I'm not the best editor at all. I'm not going to claim anything, but I try to spice it up a little bit. But it takes a while of it and everything. So that's cool, awesome. So I've already asked you that. So could I ask you something different? I don't know if you're into music, but if you could see one last concert and it'd be your last concert you ever saw, what band would it be?
Nirvana.
Oh, really? Okay. I hated Nirvana. They killed my music, but they I liked some of the bands back then. I loved Stone Temple Pilots. Soundgarden was really good. Alice in Chains. But I didn't really get into Nirvana that much. I always really hated them because like I said, they destroyed my music. So, but that's
Well, it's
cool.
a little different too. I listened to Nirvana before they got big. I've been listening to them since the
Oh,
80s
okay.
when their first album came out was Sub Pop, in
Yeah.
88, So, and I listened to everything, a little bit, literally everything from the 70s through about 2000.
Gotcha.
Then if there's rock bands that are still around, like Alice in Chains is still a band, so I still listen to their new stuff.
Yeah.
But there's not a lot of new music today that I listen to.
Yeah, I would say too. Also, about 2000, mid 2000s, probably the latest I've gone. I can't remember the last time I heard a new band that I was really into. I like some of the
No,
older stuff, Seven Dust, Slipknot. I'm a big hair metal band.
Yeah.
All that stuff is old. So, but new stuff, yeah, I could do without.
Same here. It's like I mean, I love Seven Dust and I love Slipknot and those bands. Tool, perfect, Perfect Circle. I mean, when that whole rock era came out, like the '99 through 2003, I was going crazy. I loved it because I lived in Tucson at the time,
Okay.
and we had a great because Lincoln Park's from Tucson. That's when they were
Oh,
starting to
nice.
get big. So we
Yeah.
used to have a concert every summer, and we had like System of a Down, we had Stain, we had Lincoln Park, we had, and we're talking like $10 tickets too. We're not talking about the scalper ticket
50,
prices you're paying
60, $100.
today.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was a great time to be a rock person. And then of course that all died about 2004.
Yeah, and which everything does, and I say that I don't like Nirvana because they killed the music. It was time. I mean, music goes through stages. The hair metal thing went out, and you had the grunge got out, and I don't know what was after grunge, the rap rock or something, and everything.
Yeah.
So everything is goes through its stages and everything. So I understand. But that's cool, awesome. So another last thing is, what would if you could only have one your last meal? Not saying I don't want anything to happen to you, like I always tell everybody, I don't want something bad to happen to you. But what would be your last meal that you would like to eat on
Okay.
this?
It had to be fried chicken, fried catfish,
Ooh,
okra,
oh, nice,
cornbread, and then some collard greens, and some pinto beans.
nice, dude. Fried catfish. I'm in the South, so I love some fried catfish.
Oh, I need some hush puppies too. I'm from the South originally, so yeah.
Okay, yeah, hush puppies, French fries, man. Some fried potatoes. Come on now. Some
Yep.
macaroni and cheese. Come on, I'm just go get something, man. Damn. That's nice. That's
I
a good
miss
meal.
that food, man. I'm from Kentucky originally, so it's like we grew up with that stuff.
Oh
It's
yeah.
like
Oh yeah. That's where I did my basic was Fort Knox was in
okay,
and then I went to Fort Lee for my AIT in
oh
Virginia.
you poor bastard. I
Yeah.
was at Benny.
Oh really? Nice. I was a cook, so that's where the cooks went to their AIT was Fort Lee, Virginia. So yeah, it was all right. I liked it. So if you could transform into anything in this world, what would you transform into, man?
Hmm. Never thought about that one before.
Good. I finally stumped you.
Um,
It could be anything. A toaster, a piece of toast, whatever.
it probably if I could transform into anything, it would be Voltron because I could be multiple Transformers in one at the same time, and then I could run away if something bad happens.
Gotcha. Okay, that's okay. I'll let that one slide. Not Voltron, but are you big into Voltron? Is that one of your other than Transformers? Is that one of your big loves?
Oh yeah, I just built this guy today.
Oh, nice. Really? Okay. I saw. Oh, somebody else was building that too. Oh, I forgot who was building that. Oh,
Adrian, I think did it.
was he?
I think Adrian did it on the Figure Action channel.
Did it? Yeah. A while back. No, no, no. I'm talking about recently. No, I know he did. Yes, I know he did. But I miss that dude. I
I
need
did
to talk
too.
to him again, man. God dang.
I haven't heard from him in a while.
Yeah, he got a new job and he's been working a lot lately. I'll talk to him once in a while, but it's been a minute since I've talked to him. But no, I saw somebody on one of the people I subbed to was making that Voltron, I think. No, anyways, so that's cool. Yeah, I would love. I always put Starscream because I always wanted to be a jet when I was a kid for some reason. My mom didn't tell me I couldn't. I just kept on thinking I was going to be one. So when I finally grew up, to figure out that I can't do that, but I always wanted to be a jet and I always wanted to fly and everything. So it'd be pretty cool. So awesome.
See,
Oh, yes.
so I used to be a flyer, so I mean, it's like I've already did that one, so I'm like, that's why it won't be a plane for me.
Oh, gotcha. That's cool. That's all. What was your MOS?
Well, I was counter intel when I was in the army,
Oh,
but then I went to the Air Force and came over and did information assurance.
oh,
Um,
yeah. You gotta be smart to be in Air Force.
yeah, well, it was either I had two options: either get out of the army or get reclassed into infantry. And so I'm like,
Oh, yeah. They
you don't
they
have.
did that. They were gonna do. They took out that my MOS, which was a 9.2 Colt back then.
Mhm.
They got that out. They were making everybody, all the cooks, right a little before after I got out, were making them go to infantry or whatever. I mean, wherever you wanted to go, but a lot of them were going to infantry. I was like, I'm good. I think I'll get out and everything. So that's cool.
Yeah.
So, what is your favorite character, and who is your least favorite character?
Well, favorite character is going to be the Hot Rod slash Rodimus Prime,
Okay.
because it's the boy who cried wolf, but then he grew up and then became, the leader of the Autobots. He's my favorite, of course.
Okay.
Of course, I would still say to this day, he still got Optimus killed in the movie. It's still Hot Rod's fault, you
Uh,
know, but,
eh, yeah,
but, but Optimus didn't help himself either,
he did
that's the
not.
game,
That's
you know.
true. I mean, I would always say that Hot Rod did, fuck Hot Rod, but he should have shot. He should have stopped talking and
Yep,
shot. But whatever. He was going to die anyways because they had to make new toys and Rodimus. They had to make a Rodimus. So whatever.
exactly. I mean, that's good. Just like people forget that. That's the whole reason why the movie was made, so
Yep.
they could start season three with new toys. You
Exactly.
know.
Exactly. So who's your least favorite character?
Least favorite character probably would be Blitzwing, because it's
Really? Okay.
yeah, because for me it's like he's a triple changer, but he should be able to do everything. Like literally he's a whiny mopey guy in the cartoon. It's like, come on, dude, you can turn into three things. You can turn into a tank. You can turn into
Yeah.
a jet. And you're complaining, and he gets
Yeah.
beaten up by everybody. Like literally everybody beats up
Well,
Blitzwing.
yeah, you can say that about Starscream too, though. But and
Oh
he's
yeah,
my favorite
Starscream's about
character.
as bad.
But I think that the connection between Starscream and Megatron is so good. Like their interactions was so good in G1. It made that character, and it made Megatron better too. I think deep down Megatron hated and couldn't trust Starscream, but he knew that he had to have Starscream for some reason.
Yeah.
I think. I,
Well,
you
that
know.
was the thing. It was like he was second in command, and the only reason why is because Megatron allowed it.
Oh yeah, well yeah, that's true. That's true. Because he could have terminated him anytime he wanted to.
Exactly. I
Well,
mean,
which he
just
did. Galvatron took him out, so I guess it was Megatron. But so okay, cool. That's awesome. So I've never heard anybody say that their least favorite character. Most people pick Willie, and everything, which I don't mind Willie. He's not terrible. I guess.
Wheelie was made to help out kids, and when people
Yeah.
forgot that, that's the whole reason why they had the whole him and Daniel dynamic. Was
Yeah.
just to appeal to kids because they're at the same age. It's like,
Yeah.
and I get that. It's like I don't like him either. Don't get me wrong. I mean, he was a pain in the ass. He was whiny,
Yeah.
but the cats was like there was a reason why.
He served his
Because they
purpose. But I mean, he was the Bumblebee. I mean, he was the new Bumblebee, I guess. Kinda annoying Bumblebee, but I
yeah.
guess he was kind of the Bumblebee that was in the future or whatever. But whatever. So are you a Marvel or DC guy?
Both.
Both. Okay, that's good.
Uh, I'm a huge comic guy as well as toy guy. A lot of
Okay.
people. I actually run the Cindy Comics page as well
Oh,
because it's an offshoot of the Syndicate.
okay. I didn't know
I
that.
run it with a couple other moderators and admins. But I actually do my live stream based upon comics. I usually do that
Okay.
once a week. I haven't did it in about a month and a half because I've been moving and having a
Okay.
baby.
Yeah.
But
I don't remember. I'll definitely join that. I didn't know you did that.
yeah, I usually
Cool.
run that using on my channel. We'll probably do it on Wednesdays
Okay.
because what we used to do was I used to have it on Thursdays, but now that figure action moved to Thursdays,
Yeah.
it's like crap. I can't do both.
You get those guys, man.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want, man. Come on now. You're Nathan.
Uh,
Fuck figure action, man. No, just kidding. Oh, I'm gonna hear from Jordan later. He'll be like,
I know, right?
"Come on, dude. Don't put us out like that." I love
Yeah.
them guys. I love them like flies on shit, man.
Oh yeah, they're good people.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, what do you do? I mean, do you just go over comics, or I mean, is it just like what do you do? I've never.
So the way our user works, so I actually work for CGC and I work for
Oh,
PGX and for CBCS, so the grading company. So that
yeah.
was one of the jobs I used to do. So
Right.
I still do that as a consultant. So
Cool.
what we do in our stream is we talk about comics of the week, what you
Uh-huh.
picked up from your local comic shop, what's coming up, what's news. We talk about movies because movies, of course, affect comic books.
Yeah. Mhm.
And then if you have toys, you want to show your toys, whatever that you got that week, we do that on there. And
Oh.
then we actually have people come in. We do interviews as well. I'll bring artists, writers in.
Oh,
We've
really?
had a good friend of mine. We're gonna bring him on. He actually wrote the comic book price guide, for the U.S. So I'm gonna bring him
Okay.
on. So it's kind of like that thing. It's like, and I've been reading comics since '86. So
Nice.
I'm old,
Yeah. Oh,
I'm an old guy, so
you know your
but
shit.
it's
Yeah, you know your shit.
it's like I've been reading those for so long. It's like I love comics, and that's kind of what got me into Transformers too. I mean, I love the cartoon, loved that, but I was really reading the comic too at the same time.
Right.
So I loved reading that. So when they canceled it, I was so pissed off. When I'm like, "What are
Yeah.
you doing?" And then they brought G2. I'm like, "Oh God, not G2."
Dude, I did not know that. That's really awesome. I think so. Who's on the show and everything, and who do
So
you?
I've got Slapshot Toys. He's at a YouTube channel. Kyle Phillips, he's on there with me.
Okay.
And I've got BJ Bonstel. You might see him as
Okay.
Comic Book Beef or Beach. He's on there with me. Cincy Nerd, he'll come on there occasionally. Life with Brock, he'll come on.
Okay. Yeah,
Uh,
I watch his stuff.
so I mean, that's my kind of group. And then I have a couple other admins and moderators who get invited, but they never show up.
Right.
So
Well, that's awesome. Yeah, I have to go back. I have to go back and watch some of those. They are on your channel and stuff.
yeah, they're on my channel.
I did not know that. Yeah, definitely. When you bring that stuff back, I'll definitely be watching that. T-Fan Page 101 asked, do you prefer a review style that you like to watch?
So review styles that I like watching is usually Transformers. So let me just be clear. Transformers is
Yeah.
show me the box. I want to see what the box looks like. Show me what the figure looks like. Transform it back.
Oh, I'm out. Damn.
And then at the end, hey, just give me your synopsis. So, I mean, it's just the standard Bobby, T-Man, whatever
Yeah.
style.
Yeah.
But what I like about yours is a little different is that you actually go more into the articulation. You go into the actual, you're not worried about the transformation piece. You're more worried about the different modes and looking at those. So to me, that's kind of refreshing as well. It's like, usually when I'm watching a review for Transformers, because I need to figure out how to transform the thing. And
Yeah.
usually I want to see what people are having problems with. Like, should I
Right.
really buy this or not? Is
Yeah,
this
that's
worth
true.
my money to get?
Yeah. I try to do the scale thing too. I bring in a lot. I have a huge collection just like you do yourself, and I try to get different scales. Just to see people can see, hey, this is what goes with it, and this is what doesn't. And everything. And I used to do transformations, but there's so many out there doing now that do transformations. I mean, I wanted to kind of stand out, and that's where Bobby and Robert and all them from SU helped me out. Said, hey, don't make it about the transformation. They're not watching your reviews because of the transformer. They're watching because of you. They like what you do. So
Yeah.
that's why I took out the transformations. Plus, I just didn't. I'm not really good at transformations either. So, I just wanted to take it out. So, but that's cool.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
that's why I stopped doing Transformers reviews. I get so pissed off when I'm sitting there trying to do it. I'm
Yeah,
try to record it. I'm
yeah.
trying to, I'm
It's
like,
hard sometimes, man.
and
I
it's
mean,
like, no.
like they got the new Six Shot coming out. And T-Man did it today, which I watched. It was really good.
Yeah.
Um, hell no, I'm not transforming that damn thing on camera. Like he said, it would take an hour and a half just to get through the whole damn thing. I'm bet.
I don't know.
So that's cool.
Yeah, I love how he said, just let him go do it.
Yeah. I mean, everybody, like I said, you got MGO, you got PR, you got, Autobottomus, still does reviews. You got T-Man does them, and there's a lot of people out there you could watch them for transformations, but that's cool. Let's see. Nate probably doesn't know him. Do you know T-Fan Page 101? Do you know him?
Yep. Yeah, I would just watch the one you did with him the other day.
Yeah,
I've
you
been
know
watching
him,
his
man.
stuff for a bit.
He's a good dude. He's a good dude. So yeah,
Yep.
so you're Marvel DC. So do you have a favorite character in Marvel or DC?
Marvel is going to be Wolverine, of course.
Okay. Okay.
And then in DC, it's going to be Batman.
Okay. Usually DC. I'm a more Marvel, but if I do DC, I've always been a big Superman fan ever since Christopher Reeve, and I've just always liked Superman. And he's kind of the one thing I like, and Hulk has always been my favorite for Marvel. So you know, that's cool. I like that. So with the holidays coming up, do you have any fond memories of getting a toy or anything as a child? I know you still got the Scorpionaut, but do you remember anything from like you got for Christmas or anything?
I remember, I think it was in 85 or 86. I remember getting Lion-O, and then I remember getting He-Man
Oh,
the same time. And then my parents, they bought me the He-Man armor set, the kid play set.
yeah.
So
Hmm.
I had the fake sword, the big plastic hollow
Yeah, I
sword,
remember it. Did it
and the
make
armor.
noise? I think it made noise, didn't it?
Mine didn't.
I thought it made like wasn't there like a play set? Like I remember having a sword that when you hit it, it goes ching,
Oh
Shitting.
yeah, there was one. My mom was cheap. No, I didn't get that one.
My mom was too, man. I ain't gonna lie. Come on now. I told people this, man. She tried to pass GoBots off as Transformers. I finally
Yeah, I
found
got a
out. I was
lot
like,
of
come
GoBots
on.
from Grandma.
Yeah, she bought me the jump starters. They were a couple of dollars and everything. But yeah, I do remember having that. There was like a role playing suit or something like that, and it had the
Yeah,
sword and it goes shitting, shitting. I just remember that noise and everything. My mom hated it, but she bought it for me. But whatever. But yeah, so did you ever get like any Transformers for Christmas? Do you remember?
I think it was 86 or 87 when I first got my first Transformer.
Oh, okay.
And it was Optimus. My mom and dad got me Optimus. And
Oh, nice.
this is kind of the sad part about it because my mom used to buy
Oh,
me two of each. When she would buy me a Transformer, one in a box, one, the one to play
oh,
with.
really?
So I had boxes and boxes of Transformers,
Oh, nice.
from like everything from 84 back to 90, So I had probably half of this room probably filled with boxes of Transformers in boxes, mint in boxes.
Oh,
Well, we ended
nice.
up moving from North Carolina to Kentucky
Uh-huh.
in 90. All of my stuff got stolen,
Oh,
and
man.
so all those toys that I had were all stolen and taken away. And, it wasn't just the Transformers. We're talking He-Man, we're talking TMNT, we're talking
Oh, dude, that
Thundercats,
sucks,
GI
man.
Joes. I had tons and tons of toys in the 80s.
Yeah.
Mask. I mean, I
Oh,
loved Mask.
oh, me too. Dude, you're preaching. Come on now. I had more masks than I did Transformers, man. I love some masks, man. If I could start a new collection, it would probably be He-Man and Mask. I love He-Man was my first love. That's what I started collecting, or not collecting, but I got as a child was He-Man. Man, that sucks, dude. Man, that you got all stolen.
Yeah, it was all stolen. And it wasn't just my toys, it was my brother's as well as we had a bunch of stuff stolen, that was in the
Damn.
movies. And like we don't know where it went. So we push, you do the insurance claim, you get your money back and all that stuff,
Yeah,
but
but
it's not the money that's there. It's the
no, it's not the.
sentimental value.
Yeah, dude. Man, that sucks, dude. I'm sorry about that, man. That really sucks, man.
So I'm glad I kept Scorponok and I'm glad I kept Ultra Magnus with me.
Yeah.
That's the two. And I was like, and I had Hot Rod, but I have no idea. I mean, we're talking 28 years ago. I don't
Yeah.
know
Oh
where it
yeah.
went.
I know. I had tons
You
of
know,
toys too, and they got lost during the move. I mean, or my mom threw them away. We just didn't have the room or whatever. But that's cool. You can look at, when you look at your collection, you can be like those two that you have, or be like, they're special to you for that, that
Mhm.
reason. Shooky, I call him Shocky reviews.
Shuki.
Um, I call him Shocky. He don't like it, but I don't care. He'll be all right.
Shaki.
No, he's a
I
good
like
dude,
it.
and he wants you back on his little show too, because he wants to talk to you for 4 hours because it's fun.
Well, sad part is we actually did the interview before.
Oh,
We had
really?
a 3-hour interview, but
Yeah.
my internet connection was so bad that for
Oh, yeah. I
some
think you
reason,
mentioned that.
yeah, that at the end it wouldn't render and wouldn't work,
Oh, that
so you couldn't
sucks.
use it. So yeah, me and him got to redo that one too, because
Good.
I mean we had a great time. It was
Oh
like
yeah, it's a wonderful time. I really didn't think we was gonna last that long, but we lasted like 4 hours. It was kicking 4 hours. He edited it down to about two and a half, I think, if I remember. But it was a really great time. I had a good time. But he wanted to know how you feel about the return of the Batman and Who Laughs. Return or
I'm I'm excited because I love the Batman Who Laughs. I mean, out of the DC medals, I mean he's been an amazing character. He's the most diabolical character I'm gonna say they've made in DC probably the last 5 years,
okay.
10 years. But he's gonna be one of those characters that is gonna revolutionize how DC works, and they really
Really?
proved it with how DC medals did last year because he was the the antagonist of the actual series. So.
Okay.
I haven't even read the issue yet, and I really want to read that issue bad.
Nice. Nice. That's good. Awesome. Um, I'll be honest. I'm not a really big Batman fan, so I don't know a lot about Batman. I know he just showed his peener in a issue
I
recently.
got that issue. The Bat member, first person, the Bat member.
Yeah, Bobby, he's a big Batman fan. So if I really want to know anything about Batman, I'll ask him or Star Wars. I mean, I know about Star Wars, but he knows about Star Wars. So if I have any questions about that, I'll ask him. But I haven't really been interested in Batman that much. I never really was that big of a fan of Batman. So that's my fault, I guess. Whatever.
Well, it's like, and I can go in and out of comics, like certain eras. Like I was reading DC, well, actually Marvel for all the way to the early 2000s,
Yeah.
and then it started going downhill. And then so I kind of picked up more DC at the time.
Hmm.
So I was reading DC when Jeff Johns was in the air doing the Flash, Green Lantern, and that kind of stuff. And then we
Right.
went through the sagas, and we got to Rebirth, and I said I'm done with DC because it was getting stupid. You know, a lot of
Yeah.
it was, and I'm like, you can regurgitate these series over and
Well,
over
they
and
usually
over
do.
again.
Yeah, they usually do. They have to they have to reboot. You know, Marvel. I mean, done it. I have like 4 long boxes full of comics. I used to be, big time. This was about early 2000s to mid, and then I just quit. Like, I want to get back into it because I had a good time, but I don't even know where to begin. At.
Well, if you want, I can help you with that. I mean, depending on
Okay.
what you want to read, because there's some lists I have built for stuff like that I worked with
Uh,
a couple of web pages on.
yeah.
We build kind of chronologies. So if there's like a certain character,
Yeah.
you can look at this character and they can kind of tell you, hey, from the beginning where this guy started to like today, kind of where they're at.
Awesome.
Um,
I'm sorry. Go on. Go on. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, I mean, it's one of those things. You, you can't just jump in and try to
Right.
read something new right
Oh yeah.
now, 'cause unless it was like DC did when DC did Rebirth, you could
Uh-huh.
have jumped in right there and it would have been just fine because it was a reboot of the series.
Right.
Then you would have got confused when they canceled Rebirth and started over again.
Yeah, you'd be like, "What the hell? I don't remember this." Is Marvel doing? I see a lot of when I go look at comics. Marvel, are they doing the Venom thing right now, or is that still? Are they still on that? Or are they past that now?
Oh, they're way past that.
Oh shit! See.
They're doing Infinity Wars right now.
Oh, okay.
And they're about done with that one. Then they had all the X-Men books they had out, and then they just canceled them all. It went down to two.
Really?
So
Dang.
they've been going through a big change over there. But that's Marvel. That if they don't like a book and if it doesn't sell for at
Uh-huh.
least good in the first 6 issues, they cancel it and then they
Yeah.
start it again. And it's
Oh
like,
yeah.
oh god.
Yeah. I said, let's see. Patriot Prime said, from what I've read, Marvel went full SJW. Is that true?
Yeah. Where was that one?
He asked. He said, from what I've read, Marvel went full SJW.
Oh yeah, yeah. They have. They're idiots at Marvel. I mean, I mean, it frustrates the reading community because it's like they have so many chronologies and so many crossovers now that literally just to read the main story, you got to go buy 8 other issues just
Oh
to
yeah,
make
they've been doing that
sense.
for yeah.
And that drives me nuts. At least DC, when they do it, it's like you get one issue. It's like, hey, okay,
Yeah.
you go read Batman, you go read Aquaman, you go read Justice League. Okay, now you're done.
Yeah.
You know, in Marvel, they'll make a mini series.
Oh, they
Oh, you got
will.
to go read these. You got to go read these 4 mini series that tie
Yeah.
in to just understand the main story. I'm like, I'm so tired and fed up with that stuff. And I still
Yeah.
read it. Don't get me wrong. I'm still going to read Marvel. I'm still going to read DC.
Yeah.
But I hate to say it, but DC's killing it now. I mean, DC's
Really?
writing has been
Okay.
amazing lately. It's like Marvel stuff. I'm just flipping through. Like, okay, next,
Yeah.
next, next, next. Oh, that's a pretty picture. Next, next, pretty picture.
They got pretty pictures. Well, that's good. I mean, and like I said, I'm not a big DC person, but I'm glad that the comics are still and interesting to people and everything. Because I love it. Like I said, I'll definitely hit you up. If I want to read, like I still would read Hulk, and everything. I used to read everything, and they did started doing that. Like when they did the Civil War. You
Yeah,
could read the main line, but then they had other side stuff, and it just had to read that kind of to tie everything into it. Like
yeah.
it would tell a different, it would tell the same story like going to Civil War, but it would have different things also, and everything. And it was weird.
Well, and the thing that Marvel used to do, and you probably remember too, is like they used to have these little boxes, in the comic. Hey, go see this
Uh
issue.
huh. Transformers did that. The Spotlight
Yep.
series did that crap. You would have to read some of the spotlights, and then it would all tie in together and stuff. It was weird. Like this was an issue, blah blah blah, or something like that, or yeah, it was weird.
Well,
That's
see,
cool.
that's why I'm lazy. I buy the IDW collections, hardcover ones, for that reason.
Okay. Okay, yeah.
Because
Bobby does that too. A lot of people do that now. I think they've done that. I haven't. I need to. I tried to do the single issues with the Lost Light and stuff and everything. The
mhm.
IDW when it started, and the RID stuff. I'm trying to buy the single issues, but some of them they're hard to find, and I may have to just go back and buy the big books and everything. So, yeah.
Well, send me what ones you're missing. I probably can find them for you.
Okay, good. I had to go back. I haven't. I made a list. I probably lost it. I actually went to TFCon looking for some of them. I didn't find them and everything. So yeah. So one last question. If anybody's got a question for Nate, just hit me up and I'll ask him. But my last question is, where do you see Nathan Simmons reviews in 5 years?
5 years, it's probably gonna be about a little bit of the same. I mean, it's
Okay.
probably not gonna change a whole lot. I mean, I'm probably gonna have more reviews. I mean, as I get more comfortable behind the camera of doing the Transformer reviews, I'll probably do more of those.
Okay.
Um, I'll probably do more NECA, SH Figworks, and that kind of stuff
Nice.
reviews.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I've noticed a lot on YouTube. There's nobody really doing DBZ SH Figworks.
Oh,
You
really?
know, I mean, I don't see a whole lot of those, as far as you see more Marvel Legends, Star Wars Black Series, Transformers,
Hmm.
Storm collectibles, everything that's new that's out, you see that.
Yeah.
I just don't see a lot of Figworks. So I might start doing reviews on those.
Okay, cool. So how do you think you'll be doing your reviews, like transform reviews? Are you going to do transformations, or are you just going to do like an overview of it? What do you see yourself doing that?
Probably transformations. As much as I hate doing it, I'm probably going to do it with the transformation. I did it before and I successfully got through. I did the what was it, Jinbao Bruticus and the
Oh,
Predaking.
okay, yeah,
And those were my first reviews I did behind the camera. And it turned out okay. Hey, I built Bruticus and I did it behind the camera.
yeah,
It wasn't
yeah.
elegant, it wasn't
Yeah.
nothing, but it was
Well, that's
so
good.
okay, I can do it. It just I think that's where I'm going to be going probably with mine. But then it's really, I mean, my channel's a real big mixture. We have comics, we have toys, we
Yeah,
have toy hunting,
yeah.
unboxings and trades. You guys saw the unboxings I did last couple of unboxings I
I
did.
did.
They were
Yep.
massive. I mean,
Yeah, they
it's
was.
like holy, especially when people just send me stuff, and I'm like, what did somebody send me?
Yeah.
It's
Hope it's
like,
not a box of
oh
dildos.
crap.
Hope it's not a box of dildos. Please don't be a box of dildos.
I know,
Um,
right?
so, Lord Dagatron, come on now. He asked, why is Deluxe Baldwin so freaking cool? Anyways, that's a good dude. Uh,
Oh yeah,
Shocky, he asked, Superman versus Doctor Manhattan, who would win?
Dr. Manhattan's gonna kick Superman's ass
Really? Okay. How and why?
because Dr.
Well,
Manhattan is a god. Is a god.
yeah.
you know,
Well,
he,
and
he's the
Superman's
one who
considered God too.
now because see, remember, Dr. Manhattan was the one who caused rebirth in DC. He said, "I don't like the way the DC universe looks. Let me rebirth it again." So he's the one who made the new universe.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
and
I got you. I got you.
and he said, "Well, I don't like this one either. So let me go back to the way it was." And so
Yeah.
that's how they kind of tied things together. And now in Doomsday Clock, they're going to have the fight between Superman and Doctor Manhattan. I think
Oh,
Doctor Manhattan's going to win. I mean, unless Superman's got some ace up his sleeve that we don't know about, I don't think he's going to beat Doctor Manhattan. He'll probably top him to stop doing it,
uh-huh.
because Manhattan was originally a doctor, so he has reason. He can be
Yeah.
reasoned with. So I think it'll be more of a reasoning thing than a fight.
So how could he defeat Manhattan then? Is there any way that what like you said, if he has something up his sleeve, what could he have up his sleeve to do that?
The only thing I could think of is if he brought in the Anti-Monitor.
I don't know what that is.
Because so the Anti-Monitor was the one who destroyed the DC universe in the 80s. You
Oh,
had
okay.
Crisis
Okay.
on Infinite Earths, and what happened was is the Anti-Monitor came in and pretty much put his hand through the Big Bang Theory and changed the whole DC universe. Uh,
Oh, okay.
so he could be about the only one I can think that might have something to do with it. Um, I don't know. And you got to remember too. This is a new scenario. We have the Watchmen now in the main DC universes versus being in the Vertigo slash alternate universe. So
Right.
by bringing them into it,
Huh.
this is going to be a catch 22. Is like somebody ain't going to win. Is
Wow.
it is it is it going to be Superman and the DC universe, or is it going to be Manhattan wins and everything gets changed again?
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. It really sounds interesting to me now. I actually want to read up on it. Like I don't know anything about this stuff, and that's really cool. Nice. Um, what did he ask? He said, "See, this will be a good discussion when Nate comes back on." They would. That would be pretty. I would love to hear that. That would be pretty cool to get deep into it. So anything. So okay, I got. I said I had one last question. Was that I got one more? What do you think of the fandom? So as far as Transformer fandom, how do you see it? Do you see it negative or positive? What's your view on that right now?
There's two sides to our fandom. Okay,
Okay.
there's the us. This I'll call it us. Us and the people that are positive about the this
Yeah.
fandom saying, hey, that's cool. We like seeing it. We don't bash people because they don't like something.
Right.
And then you got the side where it's like, no, you're stupid. You're wrong. It's
Yeah.
always negative against everything, and it's like we are the worst ones in the Transformers community. I don't really see it as bad in the Marvel Legends, the
Uh-huh.
Storm and all those areas, even the Fig Wars areas. You don't really see the fighting. It's like, I mean, you go to
Yeah.
TFW, you can see a fight every day, between people.
Oh.
You see like 30
Yeah.
pages of somebody just going back and forth, and I'm like,
Oh
I just
yeah.
want to find out when that thing's coming out, when the picture is,
Yeah.
or oh, okay,
I don't
here's
care
the
that you hate
movie.
it. I don't care that you hate it.
Exactly.
And Hasbro is the worst thing since the devil, they stepped on Earth or something. I don't want to hear that. I just want to know when it comes out and what it looks like. So.
Exactly. But I mean, that is the catch 22. I mean, it was funny. Brock and I was talking about that earlier today. Was like looking at the community that we have today. These people that are so negative,
Hmm.
they might not have a life outside of that, though. The
Possibility.
people don't. Some people that's what they do. I mean, we're not going to say the dude living in his attic or living at mom's home or whatnot like
Yeah.
that. What we're going to say is that these are the people that this is all they have. They don't have anything else, no other way to express themselves.
Yeah.
So they might only be able to express themselves through these forms, through these mechanisms.
Yeah.
And sometimes, and you've seen it just like I did, a lot of these guys are apologizing too. Like literally, as soon as they do that, you'll see them come back a little bit later. Dude, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it that way. Because
Yeah.
what's the best thing about texting and words
Yeah.
on
No, it's
print?
it's
It
terrible.
doesn't
I
have the
mean,
actual meaning.
yeah, we've had that like on with Shattercast. We have a chat and everything, and we'll be typing or talking and everything, but someone will take it the wrong way because but you did that other person did not mean it that way. So it's like we would rather have a phone call and talk it out instead of texting because it's sometimes
Yeah.
you can just see it as that. Um, that's awesome. So one more question, Lord Negatron. I'm sorry if I'm keeping you too long.
No, I
Um,
got on that, man. Don't worry.
he said, he asked, do you collect any micronauts? Lord Negatron wants to know that.
I used to have Micronauts. That was in my box of stuff that got stolen.
Good job.
I had a
Lord,
lot
you
of
brought up
those.
some
That
bad stuff.
one and the what were the micro machines? Remember the Transformers micro machines we used to
Yeah.
have?
Uh-huh.
I had probably buttloads of those, like Tupperware full of micro machines. Because we
Nice.
used to take them and like in the sand and playing.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
oh crap, it's broke. I need another one. And they come in
Oh,
two
yeah.
packs, three packs. Back in the '80s. So
Exactly.
I just had hordes and hordes of this. Plus, they worked with Star Wars micro machines.
Yep.
So I'm like, I would play with the Transformer thing on top of the Death Star. Or in the
Yeah.
little play set.
Yeah.
And my older brother's like, that Transformers, and you're playing on the Star Wars. And he's like, I don't care. I'm having fun.
Yeah. No, I know. I remember. Macromasters. Yeah, they were the little small. Well, Siege has actually got some Macromasters out
Yep.
now, but they were little small, kind of, I
Yep.
don't know, even about that big or something like that. They were just little Micromasters, and they
Yep.
flipped out. The legs would flip over, and that's it. That's about it. And everything. So,
Yep.
well, that's cool. Well, um, I guess that will be it. You guys know way more than I do. I'm all excited because I got a Combiner Wars G2 Silverboat for 2.2 day. Hey, dude, Black Hole, man, if that what makes you happy, it don't matter what you got or what, anything. As long as you're happy, I'm happy for you, man. And if you like that Combiner Wars G2 Silverboat, more power to you, man. More power. I mean, I have it too. I have the complete set, whatever.
Well, it's like for me, it's like, I mean, I don't have a lot of Combiner Wars. I have Skylinks. I have Megatron, the leader Megatron that came
Yep.
out.
Yep.
And
I do too.
then I've got that new one, was it Vortex that just came out this year?
Oh, yeah.
Not
Yeah.
Vortex. What's his name? It was part of that Amazon exclusive one. Was it Vortex?
Oh, yeah, yeah. No, the shuttle.
Blast Off.
Blast Off. God damn, yeah,
Yeah.
Blast Off. My God, I couldn't think. Yeah, Blast
Hey,
Off and
but yeah, that's like me. It's like I've only got a couple of because I didn't like a lot of the gimmick, the
uh
combiner.
yeah,
Of course, we got it again in Powers of the Prime, and it was actually I think worse in Powers of the Prime than it
yeah,
was in
Power Proms.
the
Yeah,
Bio one.
they had the Prego mode and everything, and
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't care. They had some good ones in there. I mean, and Combiner Wars did too. I still have a couple of them. I've sold some of them. Titan Returns I really love. I think Titan Returns and Siege will go together real well as far as playability. With the
Oh yeah.
Headmasters and the Titan Masters going with the Siege stuff. So I'm excited for the mainline stuff that's coming out. And everything. So yeah,
Same here. I mean, I've already got Siege, Megatron, Optimus. I've got the
nice.
Battle Masters. The only deluxe I have so far, deluxe. The only one I have so far is Cog, and I've got two of him.
Yeah, yeah. I
I
saw
bought
that.
one.
You got two
I
of them.
bought
Yep.
one to go with Fort Max and one to play with. But I'm sitting here playing all day long, taking that Cog apart, putting it
Oh
back
yeah.
together,
Oh
and then
yeah.
just I was like, that playability with Siege
Uh huh.
is what we used to have when we were kids.
Oh yeah, exactly. Dude, I got the deluxes, and I'm fixing to do the review for the smaller ones, the Micromasters and the Target Master.
Battle Masters.
Yeah, the Battle Masters. I'm fixing to do those. I haven't got Optimus or Megatron yet. I missed the Hasbro Toy Shop thing; they sold out, so I'm waiting for those. But I'm really excited for Siege. I think it's a really great line. The posability, the playability, it's fun. It's a good time. Yeah,
But is it worth the price point though?
I do. I think so. I think as they put more paint, more articulation, people are asking for that, and they're giving it to you, but they want it to be the same price it was 10 years ago. It's not going to happen.
Well, well, let's talk about that for a minute. So you
Sure.
remember 15 years ago, or 10, maybe 10 years ago, when Universe came out, classics were out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the cost of deluxes, and Voyagers and leaders back
Nine
then.
to $12 was
Well,
deluxes. Yeah.
yep, and leaders were what, 32 or 33, I think back
Yeah.
then.
About 30 to 35. Yeah, give or take.
Yeah.
And
Um,
Voyagers were about 25, 20 to 25. I think something like that.
People need to remember that is that it's not changed a whole lot. What we've done is it's called inflation of the market too. The value of the dollar
Yeah.
has changed.
Yeah.
So they have to charge you more to make the same amount of money they made 10, 15 years ago.
That's
So
true.
you think about it, like it's what we have leaders that are what, $50 now each.
Yeah.
So yeah, so they're 50, you've got the Voyagers at 30 and $20 deluxes. Now I'm still gonna say that the freaking 5.99, that's way too much for that. It should still be 4.99 for those little
Oh, the little
was it
micro.
Micromess?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Lionizer and them. They should still
Yeah.
be 4.99. But I can see the two pack, like the two pack patrol sets being because you're getting two,
Nine
so it's
ninety
like
nine. Yeah, they're 9.99. Yeah.
yeah, so I can understand that. But that is the thing is that we asked for it, we got it.
Yeah.
People can't complain about the price now.
Yeah. No, I am totally behind that. Like I said, I've seen people bitch about it, like, deluxes are $20. I'm like, well, like I said, they're giving us better stuff. The materials feel a lot better, and you're getting a little more articulation. You're getting more paint. Y'all wanted that, but y'all want it to, still, like I said, be the same price as 10 years ago, and it's not going to happen. I'm sorry. That's just not. They're not going to make any money. They're paying more money to make these things. It's like, come on now, really. But I would love, man. I remember when deluxes were 9.99. Man, that was the
Yeah.
good times, man. The classics when it came out.
Oh yeah, classics was dirt cheap back then. Like I remember walking into Walmart buying that what was it, Masterpiece Starscream and Skywar
Oh
for over
yeah.
$20 each.
Me too. I got
You,
Skyward for 15, actually.
oh yeah, they clearance those guys out. Remember
Yep.
around
Him
Christmas?
and Thundercracker. Yep. I got all the,
Hmm.
yeah. That was awesome. And like with the siege stuff, and another gripe that a lot of people, and I'm behind this also with them, is they a little smaller. They are a lot smaller than
Yeah,
what they used
figures
to
are
be.
smaller now. I mean,
Yeah.
I've noticed that if you look at literally, like you remember we used to have Ultra and Scout classes,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
we've got even smaller than those classes now with our
Yeah.
Voyagers and Deluxes, and even
To
our
be honest,
Legends.
I think deluxes are around scout sizes so now.
They are.
Especially Hound. He's pretty small. And the studio series, that Jazz is really small, which he's in scale with everybody because he was a smaller bot. but they're really small. I mean, they're scout sizes now. You know, they could be almost legend size. So
Well, that's kind of the problem we have with Studio Series too. Is like the Bumblebee. Like I threw my Bumblebee across the room. You know, the first what was it? Because it kept falling apart
oh,
because
the
it's
Camaro
so
one, yeah, the
small.
Camaro one, yeah,
Yeah, and I'm like,
yeah,
this is a stupid thing. You know, it's like literally the roof keeps coming off, the windshield keeps coming off,
yeah.
and
I passed on
you're
that one.
trying to put that hood down to get all the way down. I'm
Yeah,
like, this thing is crap. When
yeah,
because the plastic wasn't good either. I mean, we're talking roll thin plastic, you know, that
yeah,
could break. Um, that is kind of the problem is when you make figures too small like that is like, and with too much over engineering, it's like,
yeah.
okay, you
There's
want it
not
to be a
enough room for it to
studio.
go. You know, where's it going to go when you
Exactly.
transform it? You know, like the hood and everything. So, yeah, I passed on that Bumblebee. I did get the new one with the Volkswagen one. And it's pretty good. It was all right. I like that one.
Yeah, see,
Um,
I'm a sucker. I got them all. I even
I
bought the
did
two
too.
pack.
I do. My wife actually, she just got home. Went to town. She actually went looking for me. They didn't have anything, so yeah. Black Hole. He said, I don't believe in $20 deluxes. I got the new Seeds deluxes for $8, which is a good job.
Yep, I
Didn't
did
make a
too.
mistake. But I won't pay $20 for a deluxe. But if others wish to, have a blast. Well, that's fair. Don't as long as you're not degrading somebody because they want to buy something, that's fine. But yeah, I wish I would have waited, and got the deluxes for $8, but I didn't know that, so it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, T-Man hit me up and he said, "Hey, you better go in there now." And I'm like,
Yeah,
"Yes."
I should have got the Voyagers. I was gonna wait, and I was like, they'll be there. And the next day they wasn't. I was like,
Oh,
oh well.
I think they sold out within the first hour.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Believe me, I know. But it's fine. I'll get them eventually, And I don't get things first. I don't get things first or anything, so I don't. I'm not in no hurry to review them, so it's fine. Anyway.
Well, and
Uh,
that's the thing is, it's like if you're not a reviewer or something like that, like you constantly you have to be the first person to get it. It's
uh-huh.
going to be there. It's going to be in stores. Don't
Oh
worry. I
yeah.
mean, everybody was like, you remember when Moonracer came out? Everybody was freaking out about trying to find Moonracer. And then, like, if you
Really?
go to any store now, you can find her. It's
Oh yeah.
like we're going to be there. Just relax.
My Target has her. Yeah, I can go get Moonracer.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean that's a backpack for you right there, buddy. Dude, I could spend all day talking to you, man. But I think it's about time to go. I think we've been over 30 minutes, man. But hey, I just want to say thank you
Holy
very
man.
much. I had a great time, dude. You are welcome back. I'm gonna get you back on. We could talk all night and everything, and I really
Definitely.
appreciate you taking time out of it. Tell everybody where they can find you and all that stuff.
So you can find me on YouTube, Nathan Simmons. Actually, that's all it is. That's my
Yeah, just
name. That's
Nathan
my
Simmons.
channel.
Not reviewing or
I
nothing. Just Nathan Simmons.
Exactly. And if you do a search, you're going to find the pastor first, not that one. Go to the you want to actually that's my icon. Uh, and then there's I'm Nathan underscore S82 on Instagram and Super Rodimus on Twitter.
Nice, nice. Well, dude, like I said, thank you. It was a joy. It was an honor to have you on. I appreciate it, man. Good times, man.
No
I,
worries. Thank you
I
for
want to
having
say,
me.
oh, no problem. I want to say thank you to everybody that came in and watched, man. Go ahead and hit that like button. Helps the channel. Go check out his stuff. I'm gonna link his page to my in the discussion or the whatever you know what I'm talking about. And thank y'all very much for. If anybody wants to come on, hit me up and we'll figure out. I'll work around your schedule, so we'll figure out a time to get you on and all that good stuff. Thank y'all once again, and I guess I'll see you on the next review. And as always, hell Hasbro, and good night, folks. Yeah.
Take it easy, everybody.
All right.